Hello friends, welcome to digital platform of AKTU. Friends, today we discuss the new topic of unit number 2 of your subject Financial Accounting Analysis in course MBA. Myself Ashok Sen Gupta, I am working as an assistant professor in the School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Friends, in this topic we will understand about the International Accounting Standards, how it is working, its limitations. So, let us start this one. International Accounting Principles or Standards IAS were the first international accounting standards that were issued by the International Accounting Standard Committee IASCS in 1973. Accounting standards provide a system of rules and principles that prescribe the format and content of financial statements. Through this consistent reporting, a firm's manage and investor can assess the financial health of the firms. Friends, this topic belongs to the financial accounting or international accounting principle. Previous topic was accounting standards. So, things are little bit similar, but here we talk about the international accounting principle and standards. In India, we are basically use the accounting standard according to our guidelines of the MCA, Chartered Accountancy of India. But when we move across the borders, then we have to maintain the international accounting principles. The reason behind that, the reporting or financial reporting of the facts and figures belong to the company must be disclosed to all the peoples over all the world, and they can able to understand about the various aspect of companies, various functioning of companies. Being an investor, if I want to invest in a company, then it must for me to go through its financial statements, and if the financial statement according to the international standards, so it is quite easy to me to compare it and understand it, because there are different rules and policies. Each and every country have its own rules and regulations, own policies for disclosing the financial statement of the companies. So, understand the financial health of any country, any company, every investor must understand and know about the international accounting principle, and it is very much necessary for the companies to adopt this IAS if we want foreign investors, if we want to disclose their financial statements, if we want to disclose their financial health, their strong financial background to the investors. What are the benefit? First benefit is based on the ethics. So, facilitates ethics compliance. When we used international accounting standard, first important thing is companies are strict to their ethics which belong to the financial terms, ethics which gives the brief idea of financial function or the functioning of companies over the year they are not able to manipulate that. This is ethics. If you want a good investor, long term investors, then it is necessary that companies must disclose their statements, disclose their accounting details to the people without manipulating. If you do the manipulation, after some time people may understand that, people can understand about that you are doing something wrong, and it may be possible that your company will shut down, or you can people will file suit on it, you will go for court cases or other things, because you do the fraud by manipulating the data in front of and present in front of the investor. So, first is ethics. Second is very important in today's world, that is improve international investment. Every company want international investors. Every country, but it is success to some companies because of their operations, working operations, and their maintenance of financial reporting, and how they use the international accounting standards. For the people who belongs to international, they want to invest in India only when they feel good. They give it, if they are satisfied with the financial data of the company, the financial reporting of the company, they invest in India. In few days, last week and still today, we heard the news that Sensex moving upward, reaching the highest level. Why? Indian economy get fund from the outside investors, because, and this is because of the various circumstances, macroeconomic level or micro level. There are various economic level which helps to increase the volume of the Sensex or Nifty. But when investor want to invest, then he needs some materialistic thing, like what are the profit of the companies, how much profit company disburse to the shareholders, what is the dividend payout ratio of the company, what is the growth of the company, in which field company want to diversify, what are the expertise of the different directors of the companies. So, these are the things which a investor want to know, and he came to know he came to know with the help of ISS. Third is set generalized standards. So, every company may, if maintain the international accounting standard, the format of the financial reports are uniform, they are uniform, and it is very easy for them, for anyone to compare them, to analyze them. I take an example, like if you see here Indian company and US company, Indian company and US company, if both of the companies are working or in this one service sector like telecommunication, and any investor want to invest in telecommunication, he first find out the financial report. If financial reports uniformity of Indian company and US company are same, then it is very easy for them to US investor to invest in India, to invest Indian investor to invest in US company. because of the standard, general standardized. They do not bother about what are the various techniques they are using for maintaining the inventories, how they calculate the cost, what is the depreciation method they are using, because all of are using the same kind of method, they are disclosing the same kind of thing, and because it is global, it is very quite easy to all of them to maintaining these kind of things. And ultimately the goal of a company is to get more and more profit, maximization of wealth of the shareholders, increase its boundaries, and with the help of ISS they can do that. Next is investor benefit. Investor like shareholders, debenture holders, preference shareholders. Some banks also give the fund to the companies, they are also investors, they invest. Investor are the angel venture capitalist, they are the investors, and they put their money in company to earn more and more rate of return in coming years. That is why they invest in a particular company, and if company follows the IAS and working in global environment, then the investor are quite satisfied with the performance. They do not bother about the functioning of the companies, they do not bother about the maintaining of books of the companies, they do not bother about the how they compare the two companies or three companies before investment, because they have money, they want to invest, but they first want to satisfy themselves. And when they are satisfied, they invest the money, and companies follows the rules or regulations of standards, they get benefited, and only benefit is rate of return. If you invest 1000 crores, how much you get in coming years, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years as an investor. If you buy a share of, I give you example, if you buy a share of Reliance Industries, nowadays moving near about 1700 near about. Why we want to invest in Reliance shareholder? Because we want our share value increases, we want rate of return as a dividend. So, it is one of the aspect of benefit of IAS. Next is multinational companies. All these things are belongs to the multinational companies, MNCs, we say that in MNCs, multinational companies, because they are working in multinational different countries, and in different countries if they follow different accounting system or different accounting books model of format of different accounting books, then it is quite difficult for them to compile or them in a single format or single balance sheet or consolidated balance sheet, you can say. McDonald working in India, it will be working in another country. In India, it gives the license to Indian company Jubilant Food Limited, Private Limited. It is licensed in India of McDonald, Domino's. I am sorry, Domino's. It gives license to the Domino's. You know Domino's? It is a pizza. It is basically food pizza chain and worldwide. is famous for the pizza and different food items. So, when Domino's want to calculate its profit, overall profit from different countries, and if in different countries it's maintaining the different accounting format, different accounting standards, then it is quite difficult for the company to compile them, to maintain a compiled balance sheet, a consolidated balance sheet. So, friends, for the international multinational companies, follow the IAS is very important. If we take example of some Indian companies who are working in different in international level, having their offices or in international across the boundaries, like Indian MNCs are like Patanjali is Indian MNC, Parle is Indian MNC, Marico is Indian MNC. So, these companies, if these companies not able to find out a proper framework to maintain their accounting, then they never do the business, or not able to compile and give the right financial report to the investors. So, friends, this is about the benefits of ISS. Now, we talk about the list of international accounting standards. Like AS, here we talk about IAS, International Accounting Standards, and first is preparation of financial statement. In this IAS, you can see, if you go in detail in books, you can see the various aspects, how to present a financial statement, what are the rules. Second is related to the inventories, third is related to the, third is seventh is related to the, there are some important I giving here, some important is cash flow. Next is accounting policies, change in accounting estimate and error, it is also, it is part of IAS. Construction contract, income tax, property, plant and equipment, lease, lease accounting, or how we maintain the lease, if you have a business in a lease or doing the lease business, how we maintain the revenue, what are the, how we maintain the employee benefits, borrowing cost. So, interest in joint venture, earning per share. So, these financial accounting or international finance standards are basically similar to the international financial reporting, which I discussed in earlier class. So, investment in associate and joint venture is one of the topic. Now, a company want to invest in joint venture, how it maintain its book is given in there. Financial reporting of hyperinflation economy. If a company facing hyperinflation, I hope you all know about the types of inflation, the Walker inflation, creeper inflation. One is hyperinflation, where rate of inflation is too high, 20%, 21%, more than 25%. So, when companies facing this kind of inflation problem, and what happened in inflation? Cost of the product increases, and when cost of the product increases, people do not want to purchase the goods, excluding the necessity goods. Now, how we maintain the financial reports or accounting according to the inflation. So, this is given in the IS. Interest in joint venture, if you do the joint venture, I invest my amount in joint venture, or what is the interest rate given to the party or borrower given. How to maintain the earning per share, it is important, earning per share, because every investor look at first sight what is EPS of the company, earning per share. And what is earning per share? Earning per share is profit, net profit you can say after all deduction divided by number of equity shareholder, profit divided by number of equity shareholder, earning per share. So, if every equity shareholder want that his earning per share will increase, also company wants to earning per share will increase. It can happen if profit increases or number of shareholder decreases. If number of shareholder decreases, that means company loses value in share market, therefore, that is why company shareholder selling their shares, but that is not a good thing, better is to increase the profit. So, this is the IS number 33 and it is important that provision of contingent asset and liabilities, intangible assets, agriculture, investment properties are all the part of the ISS. If we talk about intangible assets, nowadays service industries are growing in compared to the manufacturing, and service is intangible, goodwill is intangible, copyright intangible, software license intangible, patent, trademark, all intangibles. So, intangible, how to maintain the intangible assets in your books according to the global or according to the international standards is giving in ISS 38. If your business is related to the agriculture, like Parle-G is one of the product is fruity, is use mango then change it fruity, then it is the part of agriculture. How we maintain that one? Accounting to the agriculture. If you are exporting the things, some people having export of like mango is quite a fruit which can be, in India it is basically India, from India it is very much international market, mango are exported from India. So, according to the international standard, how we maintain is given there. Limitation of international accounting standard. Friends, here there is a problem of accepting the international account standards. It was not globally accepted. Some of the countries not going to accept these standards, whatever their reasons, but they are not globally. So, it is create a problem for the investors. If I want to invest or I want to open a branch or factory in a country where the government not follow the international accounting standards, then I have to rethink about my investment purpose. I want to rethink about my place of investment, because there I have to follow the government. I cannot bypass the government policies. If I going for a business, we have to maintain the business according to the government norms, especially across the international borders. In India, we have to take license, we have to take permission from our government, then we get start our businesses. But it is our country, we have some rights, we know the better way to do the things. But when we talk about the international borders, we cannot bypass the government, and if the government said we are not using or we are not accepting the international accounting standard, we can, for difficult to, we can start the business, we can start the business if the government gives us the license permission, but maintaining the financial report according to them, then convert it to Indian accounting standard, then compare it, it's create a big task, especially for the accountants, especially for the charter accountant, it's quite big task. Second issue is manipulation of standards, because it is not follow in every country. Companies start manipulations, and when starting manipulation, it gives a wrong figure, it gives wrong figure of the company. Third is increase in cost. Obviously, when we go for the international accounting standard, it is increase the cost of the company, because we are using the new thing, we are using the new framework. So, my dear students, my dear friends, in this topic we will understand about the benefits of international accounting standard, we understand what are the various international accounting standards, we also understand what are the limitation of accounting standards, and we also understand about how we can adopt the financial accounting standard according to us and for the global benefit. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching this. Thank you.